major site of artistic activities in Western China and joined an arts group. In Jiuzhaigou, he felt the power of singing for the first time.
在我在上班的时候，还没到发工资的期间，钱用完了，自己身上的钱只剩8毛钱。我10天左右，真的是11、12天，一天只吃1顿饭。晚上12点过了以后，有一个员工餐，每天我就得把这个狠狠的吃一顿。晚上上舞台之前，基本上是饿着肚子，喝点水，有时候饿得出汗。下面的观众还是仍然在听我的歌，嘎这样。
His folk songs made him stand out from the crowd. People affectionately called him the Prince of Folk Songs. At that time, his most popular song was Ju Sang Sang.
这首歌有一段时间成了我的代表作，因为这首歌也参加，因为这首歌就得到了一个名称，比如说在CCTV 比赛的时候，就是成为是中国10大歌王。
In 2002, Tashi Niima won the second prize on CCTV's China's First Singers competition and was named one of the top 10 Chinese singers. 4 years later, on behalf of Tibet, he attended a world tour of the top 10 Chinese singers, bringing Tibetan folk songs to listeners around the world.
以前央视的一些记者也问过你的老师是谁呀？我说我家乡的山山水水就是我的老师，就是小时候就是牛羊和山水陪伴着我的嘛，对吧？那就是造就了我这个歌声音。那我觉得这是我的好像是老师一样。
Tashi Niima spent his childhood on the grasslands. He brought his cattle to grasslands in the morning and took them home at night. During that time, he sang to the cattle and to the blue sky and cotton candy clouds. After a long time, it seemed that even the cattle could understand his songs.
该回家了嘛，牛也该回家了，我也该回家了。我都坐在那儿边走边唱，我一唱山歌唱山歌，这么一唱，那些牛啊，都感觉走得更顺一些，更听话一些，哇啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦的，满山都就这样子走。那些时候就是唱一些小时候妈妈呀，或者那些经常唱的那些歌。来登高，登高耶，没多兰州。
Although the blue sky, cotton candy clouds, grasslands and cattle are the same throughout the region, Tibet is like an ocean of folk songs, where Mi Ro Ru could learn lively songs wherever he went.
西藏的屋顶是平的，对吧？你去过吧？屋顶是平的，平的要打嘎。什么叫做打嘎呢？把那个土啊放在屋顶上头，把它夯实。这个有这个歌。
心思来给不让的你。
打墙歌，它又是另外一种感觉，它要用非常大的力气，然后就是它的旋律不美，但是呢很有节奏感和很有那种激情啊。上面打的呢就是那边几个那边几个就打吧，哦哒的公子家都哒的叫，哦哒的叫，这边这个呱一下去，那边这个呱这样子打过来的。
Like Tashi Nyima, Samchok is also a herdsman's son. Although he's a middle school teacher in the city, he always feels that the grassland in his hometown is his spiritual home. He often comes back and sings to his heart's content. Long still honour him as a poem. Besides the Patala Palace, temple towers, holy mountains and sacred trees can be found everywhere in Tibet. Mani stones piled up at every crossroad and 5-coloured sutra streamers on every roof. The Tibetans communicate with gods and ancestors all the time. They always have a thankful heart and praise for this wonderful life. Tashi Nyima is always busy. In addition to singing, he also writes songs. Setin Lamo is his new love song.
月亮翻过巴拉格中的山坡，让我想起你刺针拉磨。想起你月亮般的眼眸，荡漾我心中的那片湖泊。
It's now a very popular love song in Tibet. By integrating modern elements, Tashi Nyima has endowed this ancient love story with a modern style.
藏族的音乐呢，我觉得越变越好，越变越好听。为什么藏族的音乐不会随着时间的推移而去越来越少，会越来越多？
More than 20 years have passed since Professor Mi came to Tibet in 1958. His songs and his research have taken him to every corner of Tibet, and he's collected more than 800 Tibetan folk songs. After in-depth research, Professor Mi has concluded that these songs are all love songs in terms of content.
我说那个劳动歌，我说那个牧区的牧歌、山歌，我说康巴歌，从内容讲的话都是情歌。我对我最喜欢的人也是情歌，我对我的父母也是情歌，统称都是情歌。
As an elderly Han Chinese, Professor Mi has spent his whole life in the research of Tibetan folk songs. Professor Mi is now in his 70s and already retired. As a teacher of Tibetan songs for more than 30 years, he has many students all over the country. And Tashi Nyima's Tibetan songs are becoming more and more popular in China. In recent years, Tibetan traditional folk songs have undergone a rebirth. With diverse themes and modern musical elements, Tibetan songs have come into vogue in China. And love poems of the 6th Dalai Lama, Tsangyang Gyatso, have evolved into popular modern Tibetan folk songs. On Top of the East Mountain is just one of them. A reflection of the lifestyle of the Owenki ethnic group, this musical, now in rehearsal, is above all else natural, from individual scenes to the overall production. The Owenki have a deep reverence for nature, calling themselves Mother Nature's children.
基本上你看不到现代的东西，全部都是特别自然的，而且舞蹈，男生的舞蹈特别有力，女生的舞蹈又温柔又有那个寸劲儿，就是还是看起来就是一个特别坚强、特别有活力的一个民族的一个这样的一台演出。
Erna, executive director of this musical and a Owenki soprano singer,